Welcome back to Henry's Garage. In this episode we're installing that subframe, the suspension and all of that kind of gubbins. So hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe, comment and see you sometime. I don't know which video is going to come out first, but I'm going to put the suspension on here onto the white car, and I don't know which is coming out first because the plan had been to do the head, get it on the, put the engine together, and then with the suspension installed get it done. But I've been grinding these valves for 4 days now, and I'm still not happy, at least with this one. And I'm just so sick of it that I'm going to take a break and move on to something else. So let's have a look at the suspension and what parts we have. Alright, I've got a huge mass of stuff here, none of it properly labelled. So we're going to start by putting the anti-roll bar together. This is an old bushing for it. I have 2 new bushings here, so we'll start with these, which, as I recall from last time, were a right pain to get around and over everything. Okay. Right, so I've jacked up the subframe. I've got new bolts in here. I'm not worrying about the back ones yet. Now the next thing is to get this in there, between the frame there as a washer, and then this one comes up underneath. So I'm going to do it off camera. So you can see now at the front I've got that bushing in place. And then the next thing is under here, this one comes in, okay, bushing in a metal support, and then gets bolted on with that. So again, I'm going to do it really loosely off camera. Okay, so at the front we've got the same sorts of things. We've got a bushing in here with a bearing inside, and then we've got washer, bushing, washer, nut. So I'm just going to put those on at the front. After 4 days of watching me grind, my dad's feeling sorry for me and is helping out. Thank you, John. So this is my first success of my week here, and that is I've got the front subframe up. Right, so I have new shock absorbers here. So these just go in here like that, and this here gets bolted on the top. So we're going to do those next. So those shocks are in, and I've just the bolt for the top I've just put there so that I know where it is at the top. Okay, I have lined up along here the bits for the suspension. So we have the damper. Then this goes over here. This then rests on the bottom of the spring, which obviously comes down here. So actually I think probably the best way is to put this on first, like that. Okay. We've got this comes on in the middle. We have an old rubber sealing ring and then the metal one. We then have a rubber bit that goes in here, followed by a washer, followed by this funny shaped thing, which goes in there. This pops on the top, and then it's all held down with a screw, with a nut. So that's what I'm about to put together. I do have my spring compressors for this. which I will need. But we'll start by fitting this over. Yes, not so smart. Okay, let's do that again. Right, maybe that'll be easier once the spring's on. I doubt it, but maybe. Right, let's compress. Well, there it is. The gates is not quite on and sealed, but I'm tired, so I'll deal with that another day. Okay, so the next thing I want to do here is put these new bushings on and get some new grease in there. So we'll start by, I just turn these, it just spins, so I need to try to get them off. Right, I'm trying to think if I have a washer, because I don't have drill bits here to drill that out. But I need looks like an M12 washer to just match the other side. Okay, so the trailing arms are very loosely in place. I can never remember if they're meant to be facing this way or the other. And I won't remember until I get the sway bar in. I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking it looks wrong, but we'll see when we get the sway bar in. Okay, we're going to try to put the sway bar on next. Now, the sway bar needs narrowing to fit through. So at that end, the far end, you can see I've got some mole grips on to hold my stuff in place. I can't find a second pair of mole grips here, so I'm just doing that and hoping that'll be strong enough. And then in the middle we ratchet it together. Let's see if we can get this to work or if it will just break. Right, so we got it there. It took a bit of effort. I'd actually over tightened it slightly, but these are in, although the washer that goes on there isn't in yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix it up top there so that it stays in place. It will stay taut and all of that kind of gubbins. Then we'll loosen off one, put on the washer, tighten it up again, loosen off the other. Okay, so the sway bar is now fixed on. It's not torqued, but it's fixed. This is where I did a lot of repairs to the subframe, and so that's gone on okay there, so I'm quite happy about that. So we're going to take this off now. No, we're going to just do the nuts, and so we can get a washer on there. Right, so to get that castellated nut on, we have to just put a little pressure underneath the suspension with the jack, and then it does go on. We're struggling to find the hole for the cotter pin on this one, but the other one is together. Over here, just here with a cotter pin through it. Okay, so we had a bit of a problem on this side in that we had no hole for the cotter pin. Probably got snapped when we were taking it out. So we think we found where the hole was and we drilled through. Looks like it's right, so hopefully we haven't made it too big or too low or anything like that. Okay, so I know it looks a bit rubbish to fit the old disc, and I probably will give it a bit of a measure, but I greased up the bearings, and that seems okay to me. So with that I'm going to leave as is. This comes back on and we'll call this side done. Right, this one needs a little bit more work. So the bearing and the what's it called? The front, the oil seal had both come out, and the bearing had fallen apart. So we're going to just clean these bits up a bit. So these are the parts that I'm going to be putting back. Ah, right, so that hasn't come out, that's still in there. This goes in on top. Yes, okay. So this is still in here. So can I get it out? No, I'm thinking about this. Do I want to get it out? It looks perfect. It would be better. No, but I'm not going to. And so if you're wondering why I'm not going to, it's because, to be honest, I'm at my dad's, and I'm worried about things going wrong here. You know, if they go wrong in my house, then so be it. But I'd rather not risk it here, especially since I haven't done it before. So we're going to stick with it this way. Okay, so I think I've got greasing all the way around there now, because I can see it all the way through here. So my dad spotted that this gaiter wasn't over the bottom strut, so we pulled it down and got it over, and the one at the top came off. So I'm too tired to deal with it now. It'll have to be next time I'm here. But that's it. So in this episode we got the subframe back in. Everything is working. I'm taking the brakes down with me to sort, and I'm taking the steering rack down with me as well to sort. So I'll do those in Wales. But that subframe looks very nice in there now. I'm pleased with that. So do join me next time on Henry's Garage, and in the meantime I hope you're enjoying life.